welcome to another One Mind meditation. This week, I've decided not to have a teacher for the week, but to have quotes from a couple of different people. So for today, our teachers for this morning are Frankl, Stephen Batchelor and Bessel from Kolk. If you're not familiar with Bessel van der Kolk's work, he wrote the book called The Body Keeps the Score. The Body Keeps the Score, and it's well worth searching for The Body Keeps the Score and reading through that, or just doing a search of quotes from Bessel van der Kolk. His work on trauma has been pretty groundbreaking. Really good work there. Charlene, a very good morning to you. Really good to see you. Right, here we go. First quote of this morning is Viktor Frankl's probably most well-known, most famous quote, where Viktor Frankl said, "In between stimulus and response, there is a space. In between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in this space lies our choice. In this space lies our freedom." Somebody, good morning. Vivian, good morning. Awesome seeing you. What he meant by that, and he was able to relate it to his own experience of being in the concentration camp in Auschwitz in the Second World War, and saying that even if I was locked up in this space, I still had freedom. I still existed in an inner space of freedom. There's a stimulus, and then I respond to the stimulus. And there's a space in which I have time to choose how it is that I respond to this stimulus. And I guess this is the drawback of things like quotes. As much as I do love quotes, quotes always give us a glimpse. It doesn't give us the full picture, it doesn't give us the full story. Because a quote like this makes it sound as though that space is just automatically there. The space between stimulus and response exists automatically. And while that is sometimes true, it is certainly not how our survival system works. When we're in anything like a survival mode, if you think about, hey Maggie, good morning. I think I saw you post pictures of snow. Hope you enjoy your winter over on that side. If we look at anything like a survival mode, think about an impala that sees a lion. How much space should there be between stimulus and response? If that impala has any space in which to think about this lion that he sees, then he's going to be dinner. Then in fact there's no space between stimulus and response at all. So this is a space we need to be aware of, that sometimes we have more of this space and sometimes we have very little of this space, but it's something that we can work at. It's something we can improve on. We can consciously increase the space we have in between stimulus and response, but it's not just automatically there, especially if we're deep in survival mode. Hey Anthony, good evening to you. Right, the two quick thoughts that kind of speak about this idea. Stephen Batchelor says, meditation is about embracing what is happening to this organism as it touches its environment in this moment. An organism is interacting with its environment, and he says that meditation is about embracing what's happening. And Bessel van der Kolk says, body awareness puts us in touch with our inner world, which is the landscape of our organism, us being the organism, our inner world. Simply noticing our annoyance, nervousness, or anxiety immediately helps us to shift our perspective and opens up new options other than our automatic, habitual reactions. Mindfulness puts us in touch with the transitory nature of our feelings and perceptions. When we pay focused attention to our bodily sensations, then we can recognize the ebb and flow of emotions, and with that, increase our control over them. So in essence, the act of us paying attention to What is it that I'm feeling? Noticing annoyance, nervousness, anxiety. The act of having that awareness of what I'm feeling is already creating a space, already creating a spaciousness. And the way that Stephen Batchelor put it is embracing what this organism is busy experiencing is creating that spaciousness. So our meditation today is I am the mountain, which is all about embracing what this organism is experiencing right now. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and let's float away together. Here we go, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine and have the top of your head reach for the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. As you exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. Think of every exhale as leading your body to softness. Imagine you were teaching a child. Telling her, this is how it's done. This is how I want you to do it. Taking her and leading her by the hand, showing her how to put down what she's carrying. is exactly what you're busy doing with your body right now. This is how I want you to take a moment, turn away from the world and all the busyness, and for a moment just breathe. And allow your body to become softer with every exhale, softer than the one before. If we are not deliberate about this, our survival thoughts makes our space smaller and smaller. The muscles of our bodies become harder and more rigid. But the more you become deliberate about taking your body by the hand, sitting her down and saying, for the moment, put everything down and breathe. The more you'll find that what you have created is a new program, a new pattern that'll remind you when the pressure starts to build, your new pattern will remind you to stop, turn away, soften. It's healthier to operate in an open system. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward. Big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards. Take a deep breath in. As you release, you can focus on your spine. See if you can curve your spine into an S by tilting your head in one direction while tilting your hips in the opposite direction. One more big breath in. As you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened into presence as much as we can turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long and slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body and invite softness into every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow. As you exhale, feel your shoulders falling, your body softening, and feel how you are slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey inside. As you breathe in through your nose, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a long, slow exhale. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you. Our journey today is I am the mountain. As you take your next big breath, zoom out from your mountain and look at it from top to bottom. Take your next big breath. would love for you to be as open to this mountain experience as possible, and also as playful as possible. It is very useful to visualize as much of this mountain as you can. Your act of seeing, visualizing in a playful way, helps lower your brain waves. The more you can visualize, the lower your brain waves are. And you can think of it as dreaming. When do you see imagery that's not quite real? It is when you dream and your brain waves are really low. And we can get closer to that space by having a vivid visualization right now. With your next big breath, you dive deep into you, looking at your mountain from top to bottom. How much vegetation grows on your mountain, and how much of it is rocky? Take your next big breath. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, pay particular attention to the plants on your mountain and identify some of them. What are the plants that grow on your mountain? Take your next big breath. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, take a look at the animals on your mountain, and specifically, what do the animals on your mountain eat? Take your next big breath. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, take a look at the birds of your mountain And specifically, what do these birds eat? Take your next big breath. I want you to take a seat again as your mountain and feel this mountain. Feel your mountain sitting in the sun, and the rays of the sun warming up the surface of your mountain. And just imagine how would this mountain feel about this environment, this warm sunlight on its surface. Take your next big breath. And if clouds roll in front of the sun, no more sunlight on the surface of the mountain, and it starts to rain, and your mountain is sitting in the pouring rain. Droplets turn into little streams, turns into rivulets, turns into... How does your mountain feel about sitting in this rain? Take your next big breath. What if the sun has gone down, it's become dark, and rain has turned into a storm? wind and rain lashing the surface of your mountain. Pitch black darkness all around, except for when there's lightning. Lightning and the clap of thunder. How does your mountain feel about this environment? How does your mountain feel about sitting in the middle of a storm? Take your next big breath. No storm lasts forever, and the sun always rises again. And your mountain finds itself sitting in a fresh, new morning with the first rays of sunlight touching its face. How does your mountain feel about sitting in the first rays of sunlight? Take your next big breath. Take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, invite softness into every part of your body. One more big breath in and hold. As you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There's no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. In between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our freedom to choose. But it's very possible that we can experience times when that space does not exist at all. And we can become better at the skill of creating that space. When we're not aware of what we are busy experiencing, what we are busy feeling, we are often so deeply stuck in that emotion and in that pattern that our actions come from reactivity, not realizing how we are acting, and clearly not having any space between stimulus and response. That space comes from finding the mountain in you, being able to sit and breathe while you watch the rain, the lightning, the thunder, the sunlight, while you were able to take a step back and look at the anxiety, the anger, the sadness, and for the moment just see it. For the moment just be okay to sit in the rain, like your mountain. And now you have space between stimulus and response. And your freedom comes from not automatically reacting to an old program. Because automatic reaction is not freedom, it is being a slave. It's having no choice but being at the mercy of old programming and old patterns. Finding the mountain in you gives you the space in which to choose. I see the old reaction. I see how my body wants to react in the old way. And I can choose that, yes, this is how I want to respond again today. Or with the availability of the space, I can choose that no, I want a different response. I want to respond in a new way. Finding the mountain in you is not about never taking action. It's about not letting our old programming control our actions. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this beautiful journey. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for embracing the mountain's ability to sit in whatever the weather is and really be okay in whatever the weather is. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that if I am okay to sit in whatever the weather is, then I'm not acting from a compulsion. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for finding my freedom in not being a slave to old patterns and old programming. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for bringing your mountain into our circle today. Our actions become a lot more useful when they don't happen in fear. When the action is not an automatic program, but is stopped when I think and I decide deliberately. Lots of love to you all. Thanks, Maggie. Thank you, Estelle. Hey, Pat. Good morning. Thank you, Sunmary. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you, Charlene. Lots of love to you all. Have a super beautiful day. See you again soon. Ciao, ciao.